Hi, sweet friend. Welcome to the stream. I am having the last couple of hours have been a bit stressful. So I'm taking a moment to kind of get back into the zone. And what better way than to use some watercolors to do that? And also love having a nice little candle kind of help me take a moment of calm. Let's see, what brush am I going to take? I think I'll use this one. So even though something really exciting is possibly happening, it was still kind of stressful to deal with. So just kind of like another reminder that even positive things in our life can cause some stress. So there is definitely such a thing as positive stress. And I'm going to just do a brief watercolor meditation to kind of ease away the tension that I'm feeling. So this one is very simple. You can do this with even just a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. The idea is that we're going to be basically painting our breath. So as I am going to take a deep breath in, I'm going to paint, and as I'm going to exhale, I'm going to press down on the brush. So I'm basically tracing my breath, and as I'm going upwards, I am applying very little pressure, but then as I'm going downwards, I am releasing that tension and breathing it out. And this is actually really fun to do with a series of colors, so I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And thanks so much to everyone that's tuning in. So again, I'm going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Again, another deep breath in and a deep breath out. What I also love about this particular watercolor meditation is that it just creates like a nice visual of your breath, and then you can also see that, hopefully you may start with kind of very small brush strokes, but hopefully as you go across the page you'll be able to increase it, which means that as you're increasing those lines, if the lines become longer, then your exhale becomes longer. And whenever we are taking a longer exhale, we're basically like tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system that carries signals of calm and allows us to tap into that kind of deeper calm. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in, Madhu. I appreciate it. Let's see. I think next I might do one of these figure eights, since I already finished this little piece. And actually you could no, before I do that, you could do it, you could like turn it around and do it this way too. You could kind of, so here I use cool colors, but you could kind of mix it up, and maybe in the spaces in between you could do warmer colors. So let's see, I'm going to take a deep breath in and deep breath out. This is also a nice exercise to see what happens when two different colors interact. And you're just observing, so there's no right or wrong way of doing this. You're just playing with colors and taking those deeper inhales and exhales. So whenever my mind is racing, this is what this is one of the common exercises that I come back to because it's just so helpful. And our brains have no other option but to focus on right what's in front of us. And I actually kind of like this fun little pattern that came about. So again, was totally not planning to do that. It was an experiment, and some experiments you may like and some not so much. And you know what? It's okay because that's why it's an experiment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I think I'll do another one of these figure eights. I do find these super relaxing, especially with watercolors. And I like using these little clips too because, well, they just help keep the sketchbook pages kind of together. All right, and for this one, I'm going to switch to a larger brush. I think I'll use this one. And one of the main things that I was really kind of intentional about with creating watercolor meditation was the idea of making it super accessible in that even if you haven't done any art before, like the things that I'm sharing are so simple and approachable that really you can still enjoy this experience. Not just enjoy too, but you get to really show up for yourself and invest in your mental health because art is just has that really healing power. So with this exercise, I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I'm inhaling, I am slowly painting a circle. Now as I'm going to exhale, I'm going to paint another circle. So I definitely recommend to do the second circle a little bit larger because, so again, deep inhale and then exhale. Trying to do this as I talk, but I recommend that this second circle is a little bit larger because again, we're trying to increase the length of our exhale, and the longer we are taking our time with completing this motion, the longer our exhale, and then as a result of that, the calmer we will feel. Let's see. I'm gonna add another green in here. I really love to see how these different colors interact. You could also do this with just water as well. So right on top, kind of this very relaxing motion. So if you're one of those people who struggle with traditional meditation, which I am definitely that person, like even I'll be honest, I've been building my meditation habit for 10 years. No joke, probably more. And I still struggle with it and I still can't do it without any sort of guidance. So I really need that focus point. And for me, like sometimes I really struggle to just focus on my breath, but doing something like this instantly helps me bring my attention to right what's in front of me. Not to mention all the feel good dopamine that you will naturally get from engaging with art in this way. And I know I'm streaming this on social media. And I'm grateful for those platforms and tools that allow me to connect with you guys. But it can be so hard to kind of stop the mindless scrolling, right? So that's why I am just always such a big proponent and encourager of actually creating something, and then if you want to share it or consume it, but just kind of be intentional about the time you're spending on a screen, you know. All right. So I think I'm good with this one. Um, Actually, I love how this one turned out because I used some blues and greens, and it is very much giving me like uh, water, ocean vibes. So it almost kind of looks like a wave situation. And actually, inside of the sketchbook, I've kind of like unofficially dedicated this whole little sketchbook to doing these figure eights breathing exercises because I just feel like this is the perfect size. It's such a good size to do this. And then I've been experimenting with different colors lately, a lot of purple. And then there's some different color combos. And there's some lines up here. Oops. Something that like I've been really drawn to purple lately, and I know that color can mean different things, and it's very much contextual to like the cultures that we grow up in. But what I've kind of like recently been hearing is that purple a lot of times is associated with trust or like the idea of self trust, and I've just recently been super drawn to this because I think it's something that I'm working on is kind of building up or strengthening that self-trust muscle a little bit more than it used to be. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Let's see if I can come back on here. Hi. I will turn this around. So thank you again for tuning in into this very short live. I hope that in the very least you can try this with just a pen or pen or paper. But very fun to do this with watercolors. And if you enjoy this demo in any way, I would love to welcome you inside my course, Watercolor Meditation. It's all about this kind of stuff where we dive into creativity and calm and really taking that self-care practice a lot more seriously so that we can show up for ourselves. So yes, if you have any questions, let me know, but I'd love to have you, and I hope you have a calm rest of your day.